The goal is to help mitigate excess oily skin. You don't want to create more. And especially doing something that's going to dry your skin out all night, you're going to find out that you're going to just have breakouts in the morning. I will preface this entire podcast by saying that our Beverly Hills MD's overnight mask was just awarded a finalist for the 2023 Pure Beauty Global Awards. So we are definitely proud of ourselves. Not that we're pushing that product, but we think that it's pretty good. And so apparently other people do as well. I think what we were going to do is really kind of go over some of the do's and don'ts, what you should expect, some of the frequently asked questions, because I've heard of people using all kinds of things on their face. Today, we're really going to discuss one of the easiest beauty hacks in the books. You go to sleep, wake up, and voila, it's time for you to show off your glowing, youthful skin. And it's really on our overnight masks on what to do. This is outside of your general skincare routine. And the beauty of overnight masks is that you're kind of giving your skin maximum time for absorption. That's really, a lot of cellular turnover happens at night. This is really when the body recuperates, regenerates a little bit. And the idea is, despite the amazing benefits that this can have, it's important to know what works best and then definitely what not to do, because, sometimes there are some detrimental things in certain products, or I know a lot of people love doing their own DIY masks, and those are really short-term masks where you put them on for 15, 20 minutes, or you put them on for, up to an hour. But we're really focusing on, your overnight type of mask. I'll say the main benefit of sleeping masks are that they can be especially hydrating. You have to look, the ingredients have a longer time to absorb into the skin, which can be especially helpful for older people because skin loses moisture with age. Our studies show that cells replicate and renew overnight. And a face mask helps these cells usually do this very effectively. And so if you're using the right ingredients, this is definitely where it's going to work. Some overnight masks have a sealant ingredient that kind of locks in the moisture, helps keep off dirt and other pollutants from getting into the pores. And many nighttime masks contain soothing minerals, vitamins, and other skin-boosting ingredients. And so the idea is we want to choose the right ones depending on your skin type and things like that. Face masks, obviously, they can offer some tightening skin benefits. They reduce the signs of aging as well as giving users sharper facial structures. And this really is all linked to hydration and moisture because we want to keep your skin as taut as possible.
Absolutely. So let's do this. Let's go over some do's and don'ts when it comes to facial masks. And this could be for our mask or any mask that you use, stuff that you're looking at on TikTok or whatever beauty hack that you've seen. But these are real do's and don'ts. I'll go over the do's. I'll have Dr. Layke go over the don'ts. And really just some of it is really just common sense. Okay. So number one, test the mask on your skin before you go to sleep. Obviously, right? So what you want to do is just to make sure that you're not going to have a reaction to it because you're leaving it on overnight, right?
Last thing you need is to find out that you've got an allergy to something and you've just put it on your face the entire night because it's going to do exactly the opposite of what you want.
Exactly. So put it on for a little bit. Make sure that there's no reaction. Number two, you definitely want to apply the mask to clean, dry skin because this mask that you're going to put on is going to have moisture. So you don't want your face to be wet. Keep it clean and dry and then wait for it to harden or to set before you go to sleep to avoid just completely destroying your sheets. Because once it hardens, it can't get all over everything. But before it has that hardened texture, it can kind of rub all over your pillows and your sheets. Then if you're using a sheet mask, use a facial roller after you fit the mask to your face. Now imagine you put the sheet mask on, use the facial roller, and then just kind of cover it. This will help just cover the maximum amount of skin that you have. So just roll it out I would do it from like your nose out to your ears. So everything can kind of be done down into your neck and so forth. So all the crevices of your face can be filled. And then lastly, apply moisturizer after you rinse your face in the morning, so you can lock in the moisture from the mask. Now, you're getting this amazing moisture, sealed in with this mask that you put on all night. Once you wipe it all off, your face is going to want some more. So put some more moisture on there and put some moisturizer on there so you can keep that glow going for the rest of the day. Now, let's talk about dopes.
So listen, if you're using other skincare products that contain retinol or acids, don't sleep in a mask that has these same ingredients. Doing so could be irritating to your skin. So obviously, we do have an activated retinol solution that you use at night. And most retinol solutions, I would say, that you put on at night. For those that have them during the day, it really doesn't make sense to me because, you're going to see the sun. It's a little more irritating. And so as you have an increase in cellular turnover, the idea is you want to use retinols at night. But a retinol mask for a long period of time, I think you're going to run into redness or extreme dryness. And again, this is exactly the opposite of what you want to do. Certain ingredients like clay or activated charcoal, certain fragrances, and even parabens may be too drying to use overnight. So you want to avoid sleeping in masks containing these ingredients unless you have a very oily skin. If that's the case, then sometimes you want to use these because they leach out some of the excess oils. Now, for very oily skin, again, these can be good because ultimately we are leaching out the oil so it doesn't plug some of the pores and hopefully can reduce the amount of acne-prone skin, okay? Do-it-yourself masks or masks that don't harden, they're probably going to be a little too runny to sleep in, so possibly ruining your pillowcase and sheets. So the idea is if you're going to do an overnight mask, there are two. If we look at our Beverly Hills MD, our facial defining our overnight mask. So it is a thickened cream that you put onto your face, but ultimately it's absorbed into the skin. And so you can sleep and it's not going to, mess up your sheets. Otherwise, the other type of mask is one that you put on, sets and hardens, again, isn't going to make a huge mess. Lastly, I would say avoid products with alcohol. This can be drying and damaging the skin. So, with alcohol or astringents or things like that, the idea is sometimes for oilier skin, you can use these occasionally. And I say occasionally because the more you use the astringents, the more oil the body will produce. And so the goal is to help mitigate excess oily skin. You don't want to create more. And especially doing something that's going to dry your skin out all night, you're going to find out that you're going to just have breakouts in the morning. So again, I think avoid retinols or acids that you're going to use all night. These are really temporary sort of masks that you use that give you temporary treatments because we really want them to work for a short period of time. You're avoiding alcohol. Certain ingredients like clay or activated charcoal, heavy fragrances and parabens, sometimes they can be a little drying at night. Any DIY mask that you're trying to put together that doesn't set or harden, honestly, it's just going to, ruin your sheets. And so the idea is to try to avoid these. Now, let's address some of the common most questions asked when using an overnight mask. I'll let you start.
Perfect. These are questions you sent to us, so we're going to answer them for you. And this really applies for all these overnight masks. First question is, do you still use a moisturizer with an overnight mask? I've kind of answered this already, but let's go over it again. You can do either. After you put it on, yes, it's a must do. But just use it as directed. So whatever mask you're using, use them as directed. And if your skin is on the oilier side, we recommend applying the overnight mask just on its own. So don't put moisturizer and the overnight mask, but you can use some extra nourishment for your skin. If you can, if you have very dry skin, then you can apply it on top of a light moisturizer. So if you're got dry skin, light moisturizer, and then the mask. If you've got oily skin, no moisturizer till the next morning. The mask will add the hydration that you're looking for and act as a seal on top of the product. So again, kind of adjust it as you need for your own type of skin. Let's move on to the next question.
One of the questions that was sent in from one of our listeners is, do you wash off overnight masks in the morning? So While overnight masks are designed to be left on for hours while you sleep, they should still be removed when you wake up to avoid the increased risk of unintended breakouts. So the idea is we want you to use this for a good 8 hours, essentially to help hydrate, lock in some of the nutrients, allow some of the active ingredients to work on your skin. But then in the morning, you wash it off and you put on your own moisturizer. So just continue using your own daily routine as you would. Gentle cleanser, moisturizer. I always say throw vitamin C serum in there. And then there's all kinds of fun things that you can use. So again, I think for those of you who are using retinols, what you'll do is you'll put your retinol at night, and this will only work for a short period of time on the skin. Then you can use your overnight mask, wash it off all in the morning, and put your moisturizer on.
Perfect. Let's move on to the next one. When should I use an overnight mask in a routine? Well, the overnight mask should be really the last step of your skincare routine. Kind of like we talked about a second ago. If you have really dry skin, put your moisturizer on and then put this on. So use it as your last step after applying cleanser, moisturizer, and other things, as Dr. Layke just talked about. Dry your face, wash your hands, and then apply the mask. And as we spoke about earlier, wait for that mask to harden, and then you can go to sleep. Moving along. Next question.
All right. And so how do you use an overnight face mask? So it's very simple. Apply the mask as you would a regular cream. Scoop a nickel-sized dollop, spread over your face, head to bed, and then wake up and wash off to reveal brighter, smoother skin. So the idea is, imagine you're putting on your regular moisturizer. The difference is the ingredients here are a little more concentrated and ultimately are going to be a little more hydrating.
Next question, which I think is actually a very important question, is it okay to use an overnight mask every day? No. Again, you don't want to do this. And the reason for it is because it can actually clog your pores. It's good to do it maybe once or twice a week. So I think it's like this with any type of routine that we have. Certain things can be used every day, but certain things like this, that's an overnight mask that hardens, that can lock in moisture, can really clog pores. So do it once or twice a week.
Here's another question. Are overnight masks worth it? They absolutely can be. You have to find what works best for you. Try one, see how your skin feels after. If you're sensitive to the ingredients that can cause irritated skin, you may need to find a more gentle mask. Again, sometimes people use hyaluronic acid plumping masks, collagen masks. There's all different types. I think that a good blend of healthy botanicals in these will work really well. Ours happens to use, some really fun ingredients. I mean, for us, we have the facial defining overnight mask. The three main ingredients are really the volunage. These are all plant extracts, or there's, amino acids. And so the things I go over, really botanical based. But the extracted from the Asian plant Paeonia albiflora. So it helps fight visible premature aging, helping the skin recover its density and elasticity. The second thing that we have, Voluform, it's a powerful lipoamino acid. It's really designed to support volume and firmness of the skin. So again, we're all looking for plumping up that skin. And the last ingredient is Linafil. And so it's a pro-plumping compound formulated to help skin look smoother and more filled out, and helping minimize the look of fine lines and wrinkles. And again, the three of these active ingredients work together to try to create that moisture compound that locks in, hydration in your own skin.
That's amazing. I didn't even know all those ingredients. That's fantastic. Next question. Do sleeping masks clog pores? This is an interesting question because I just told you if you use them too much, they can. But actually, a sleeping mask is there to unclog the pores. So here's what you have to do. Make sure that your skin's very clean prior to putting the mask on, and don't use it too frequently. So once or twice a week. And what you'll actually see is that a lot of the pores will be unclogged by using this type of mask. So just make sure, again, like I said, before you apply the mask, make sure you're thoroughly clean, and then put the mask on.
Yeah, I think we should think about sleeping masks almost like an exfoliator. You don't do it every single day. If you were to do it twice a week, that would suffice. Obviously you keep your daily skincare routine, but I would say as an exfoliation and as a sleeping mask, I would say use that twice a week to really give yourself, the exfoliator really, clean off some of the dusty layers, and then the overnight mask will help trap in extra moisture. And so, the idea is we don't want to overload your skin on a daily basis. So
That's a very, very good point.
So, do you put on the hydrating overnight mask first or the moisture cream? And you can see a lot of these questions that are coming from people are really geared towards the same types of things. We recommend finishing your nightly skincare routine with moisture cream or a moisturizer, and then apply the face mask. Again, face mask should be the last thing that you put on at night. And so do your regular nightly skincare routine, then you're going to apply your face mask.
Next question. Why did you create your own overnight mask, and which ingredients are most powerful, and what skin type is it best for? Now, again, this is multiple questions in one, but we'll get to it. So the reason we really created our own facial defining overnight mask is because we believed that it could bring really amazing results to all of our users. And we really didn't have an overnight mask like this, and we thought that there was a really good place for it in our line. Our overnight mask is a revolutionary concoction of what Dr. Layke just talked about: plant-based proteins, Volunage, Voluform, and Linafil. Hopefully I actually said those in the right way. These powerful ingredients fight visible premature aging and sagging, support volume, firmness of the skin, keep skin smooth and moisturized. These are all things to help lift and to volumize skin so it looks healthier and younger. The combination of these effects can lead to visibly defined features, including a more structured looking jawline, noticeably contoured cheeks, and a more shapely looking appearance overall. We recommend this product for all skin types. If you do not see the results you want, we always do offer a full money back guarantee. Again, I'm not trying to make a plug for you to go buy this, but the one thing that we stand really firmly behind all of our products, in the sense that if you don't like it, send it back. They'll send you back your money. That's the way we believe in our products and think that you will love them as well. Mm-hmm. The good news is you don't have to believe us about its effectiveness. As Dr. Layke talked about, the Beverly Hills MD Facial Defining Overnight Mask was just nominated as a finalist for the 2023 Pure Beauty Global Awards.
Yeah, listen, I love using it. I use this product, probably 2 to 3 times a week. It's part of my skincare routine. I think that the mornings after I use this, I do see an increase in hydration. Skin just feels a little more taut. And so the idea is, as far as I complete my regular nightly routine, and I use activated retinol serum, I use our dark spot corrector, which is high concentrated vitamin C twice a day. And I'll use a moisturizer and then, put the facial mask on over that. And it's not goopy. It's not sticky or anything like that. It essentially is absorbed into the skin and then traps in moisture. So the next morning, both my wife, Kendall, and I love it.
Fantastic. And it's interesting that he brought that up. This is a fun little thing to do with your partner, your wife, your friend, just to, right before you go to bed, you can put this on and kind of do the same routine together on a night you're not going out. You put this on and wake up together feeling a little healthier skin, if that's the right way to put it.
And for all the guys out there, listen, this isn't an hour routine. Literally takes me 2 minutes. Wash your face. Most guys don't even wash their face. I just wash my face quickly, pat dry, use 3 different things, and I'm done. So it literally takes a minute. So it's nothing that's going to keep you from watching your nightly show, or I'm not saying that you have a 30-minute cosmetic routine. But it really does work well for your skin. So, this is for males too. I think long gone are the days where we have to age like fine wines. I think we can keep up with our counterparts just because they're going to look younger and younger. So the idea is for us to keep up.
Absolutely.